Dun 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 dun. Okay. Okay, and the first piece is called I Know Why Bukowski Smiled by T.E. Pastiche. Today I lost my job, shit-canned, fired, let go, and I find myself curious and relieved. I should be fucking terrified right now. After all, I find myself sitting in the dark, nestled in a contemplative womb, marveling at fate's irony. There are no coincidences, and somehow, some strange way, this feels right. And there isn't a thing about my life that's felt right in a very long time. It's a lot. The twisted mind games with my ex, my ambiguous and mercurial health, my very troubled child, my child that's no trouble at all, paired and tangled up with precarious finances that hang by a frayed and loose thread, served upon this plate of shit, with a side of mother's anguish from which I eat daily, with delusive smiles, because it's all I've got. Or rather, it's all I had, save for the garnish. I like to push my alienation to the side, just in case I should find myself here, where it all gets too goddamn heavy. The weight is crushing, relentless anticipation piled upon my chest, stone by stone. 1 stone, 2 stones, 3 stones, 4 stones, fears and woes spidering across my icy ribs until they crack, splintering the content expertly. The debris that's left in its searing wake carves out instinctual ways. You can only dig so long, but you can still dig yourself a hole, a way to pass the time, seduced by revelation, a grave to occupy, alongside your comforting annihilation. It's brutal, basking in what used to be your life. Plight comes disguised as your clever survival, cunning contradictions that will choke you with obligatory humor and manic wit, until you are gasping on the stench of your own compulsory familiarity. You've lost. It is too goddamn heavy. So much. You're left with little else but yourself, and all you have left is to let go. It pokes, it pricks, it bleeds, it bites. It breaks my bones. And I know why Bukowski smiled. Yesterday I lost my job. Today I woke terrified to have found myself still curious and relieved. Fuck, that's really good. Getting soundtrack of my 20s and 30s and 40s. It's really good. Thank you for that. That's really good. And this one is by Area Man. It's The Double-Headed Scepter of Doubt. Showed me blown-out parking lots full of trash and disposable people with their artistically charming requests and bullshit backstories that no longer made my heart sing. Perhaps it was never love. I was so busy laughing my ass off at the world. Perhaps I gave the best parts of myself away to the wrong people at too young of an age, without understanding that as we age, we become humorless, narrowing gutters of malice in a world that never gave a shit. To try and understand the hilarity of the jaundiced prune, or the beauty of a $3 hand job, the swan song of the battered dope fiend, is all they saw fit to leave me with. And now that I am older, wizened and shot, brain damaged from too long a broken heart, and even further, a gone a pickled brain, if I had the world again within my reach, and the cruel hand of fate were to give me one more shot at the title, I would scream and fuck my brains out, way more than I did, and buy myself my very own parking lot to be left alone in, so that I might live to understand the meaning of peace, and die to spend eternity where I felt the freest. Yeah, these are, what a great batch today. I'm skipping over the comments because, you should go read these though, these comments. Really good pieces. This one is by Kelly19. I'd never heard of Kelly19 before. I'm reading all these cold, by the way. So I like to discover them with you guys. If you haven't read them yet, I mean, with all of you. So, Kelly19 has this piece called Taut. 1, 2, 3. I stared towards the blank canvas. Inspirations flooded my skull. The right overpowered by the wrong. I had no say in it, but I had to say it was unfit. I stared towards the colorless sky like a bird wandering amongst the wrong pack. I delved in the scent of life, which unfolded like a lover's caress. Unyielding but shameful, I stared towards my onyx soul. A different clone of myself each day. I laugh, I cry, I smile. But most of all, I unfold the mysteries at my feet. I become a stoic expression, losing all memories and balance. Gaia might hate me, but she doesn't know I hate myself thrice as much. I care too much, I feel too little, but all in all, I exist to be unknown. Well done, Kelly19. Thank you. This is a writer I've never read before, but it's from a challenge, and it's called. It's the author is TheCheese. It's called The Art of Love. It's art. Their hands brushed under the shadows of desire. She looked at him as he looked away. That bitter taste of emotions, it echoes silently, it eludes me, the mind of theirs. One craves, but the other yearns. One is above the stars, and the other is below the ocean's depths. It's a gross scene, two bodies so desperately vying for something that clearly neither realize. Who is the insatiable beast? Who is the insatiable fool? Who is the artist, and who is the muse? That's beautiful. Thank you for that. TheCheese. And this is one by Rains. It's called Nothing, Untitled. Short one. It says, you have the focus and the attention span of a busy gnat. Sounds like my ex. That's good. I mean the piece, not the joke. And this is in a challenge and a micro poem, I guess they're called. It's called And I Am Vapor. Mirrored in the ocean's blue, rain weeps down to sea. I like that a lot. I like that, 2 lines, but really fucking heavy and beautiful. Thank you for that. And Area Man is back with Black Sky. 6 days on, high as a kite, and then I was a woman with a fractured pelvis, and every opening became another chance to receive. But I got scared, so I drank a handle of vodka, called a couple of old friends, and woke up feeling ashamed. That's just called Tuesday, son. No, I'm just kidding. That's a great piece. I love this. How do I put this? There's a theme here. I mean, these are all kind of random that came in to be read, but there's a theme here. It's a really fucking beautiful theme here today. I like this. It's just great. It's one of those things where I like reading poetry. Last few videos I've done, and I've been doing a lot of long form narrations outside of the channel, and so it's good to read these short, fucking beautiful pieces. So I really like this one a lot. I like Black Sky. Thank you. Oh, and T.E. Pastiche rears her beautiful face once more for a piece called Swallows. Every sip of coffee, every touch of sugar, a splash of cream, softening the steam rising from our morning brew. We'll quail a bit, stirring up the bittersweet debris, memories of what could have been, or someday just might be. Every sip, nipping at our silken tongues, a scorching contradiction savored before we swallow it down. That's really good. That brings me back to quite a few mornings, but that's really well done. Thank you for that. I need to deep dive some of these new writers. This one in particular. There's also one I really liked a lot. I like a lot, and she was featured on the last video, J.M. Lyles, and she wrote this really beautiful new piece that we spotlit. But I'll read that at some point, I'm sure. But this whole flood of new blood coming into the site is really, it's inspiring. And Mariah in haiku, it's called In Due Time. Tiny tear-shaped fists pummel late summer petals, soon to feed fall soil. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you. I always love it when she gets requested. Anybody who watches this channel knows that I'm a huge fan. And speaking of being a huge fan, this will wrap up the show today. This is Area Man one more time with People Ruin Everything. A dump truck of a woman was wheeled out of Walmart yesterday, shackled to a gurney for shoplifting, as a younger black female, presumably her partner in crime, cawed and hollered as the singles hit the tarmac and the rubes hit record, hoping to catch a glimpse of the eternal Gucci Gash designer handbags, fake tits, false bottoms, garish digs, systemic idiocy, dynamic hysteria, tribalism, nihilism, no love. We are poisonous. We are religious. We are spiritual. We are horny. We are pigs. We are lost. We write poetry. We drink not to celebrate, but to annihilate fair weather gods and false ways of being. So raise your glasses to the sky and know that anyone who would try to convince you otherwise may not be your enemy, but they sure as shit aren't your friend. That's one of my favorite ones he's ever written. And I like them all. Yeah, that was really well done. Thank you, Area Man. And that's going to wrap today. Thank you for being here, and thank you to the talent featured on the show, T.E. Pastiche. Thank you for the double shot, and Area Man, thank you for the double shot. And the new writers, too. Who else? There was Kelly 19. Who else was there? There was, TheCheese. And who else was there? All of them. This beautiful, beautiful show today. So thank you again. And before I get out of here, I want to say that if you like to read or write, go to thepros.com, read or write, inspire, be inspired. Again, in case you haven't noticed, the world's pretty fucked up right now. And personally, I've always escaped into literature, be it poetry, short stories, novels, sometimes even nonfiction, to really just kind of appropriate all the shitstorm and fucked up things going on around me. Or of course, I'd write like you guys do. So reading these poems really kind of put some pep in my step, kind of restored some faith I've been losing lately. So maybe let's make the fucking online experience more rich and fun and a little evil. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video I shoot. And as always, take good care.